Hey everyone, just wanted to shoot a quick video outlining what exactly I will be bringing on my through hike in July. This is not a full comprehensible list of what I will be bringing. This is just the items I have right now. I will be making more purchases in the near future with gear that's missing and stuff like that. But a quick update on my GoFundMe. We've now reached $2,030, I believe. So I'm very happy about that. Thank you all for donating and putting towards putting interest and time and money invested into this trip. It means a tremendous amount to me. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is my pack. This is the Granite Gear Crown VC60. Let's just go ahead and start with what's on the outside and work our way in. So first, as you can see here, smart water bottle. These are good. They're nice and light. They don't weigh like freaking like 5 pounds like what an Nalgene weighs. Also, I have some heat, some denatured alcohol for my alcohol stove, which we'll get into a bit later. These over here. On this side, just have Powerade bottle. Just whatever I have. Usually, Powerade or Gatorade or smart water bottle I use. This is my Sawyer Squeeze water filter. It's pretty light, simple, does the job pretty well. And strapped to the top here is not exactly what I'll be carrying on the trail, but this is a bear box. So it's bear proof. It's like so bears can't get in it, get to your food. I will not be carrying this on the trail. I'll be carrying a bear bag, which is basically just like a dry sack or something I put my food in and hang up in the middle of the night. Same concept, just so bears and raccoons and rats can't get to my food. Also on the outside I have a buff. It's what I'll put around my head when it's cold, like my neck when it's cold, or dip it in water to cool off. So here on the side, Z-Packs medium hip belt pocket. I'll have my wallet, my phone, my camera, which is right here. I'll have that in there. It's waterproof. Does a pretty good job of keeping everything pretty secure. Let's go ahead and open up the inside. First, I'd have my food bag, which instead of this, it'd be my food bag. I put it in here instead of strapping it to the outside. And then after that, have my tarp. This is the Eagle Nest Outfitters Pro Fly with a Dutch Wear Gear continuous ridgeline. This is a good tarp, however it's still nylon, so it stretches when it gets wet, and that's kind of an issue. Don't really like it that much, but I'm replacing this with a Z-Packs Cuban fiber hammock tarp with doors, so it'll give me more coverage in the snow and in rainstorms, stuff like that. Plus, it'll be lighter. Next up, I have my Foster's Caldera Cone cook set. This is basically a Foster's beer can and a cone. I'll roll in a picture here of it so you guys can see what it looks like in action. But basically, it's an alcohol stove and a pot that you put together, boil your water in, use it for freezer bag cooking, dehydrated meals, stuff like that. It's pretty light, does the job well, so I like it. Aluminum spoon, long-handled spoon to get into like peanut butter jars and stuff. Good thing to have. Depending on the weather, definitely in the colder months, I'll have a puffy jacket with me. This is the Arc'teryx Atom LT jacket. I just got it a while ago. Brought it to Detroit with me. It's a great jacket. Used it in 10-degree weather with a fleece, and I was warm. So great jacket, good purchase. I have MSR groundhog steaks. These steaks are really good. I love them a lot. I've used them for about 4 years, I think, and they always get really solid holds in the ground. Doesn't matter what ground you're using. It could be a bit sandier, it could be rock hard. You just pound these in and they stay. Also, I'll be carrying a fleece for most of the hike, just because in the higher elevations it'll get a bit chillier at nights and in the mornings. So I'll just carry this instead of this. I'll ship this to me probably when I get to the White Mountains, the Presidential Range. But the fleece I'll probably keep with me for the entire time I'm hiking. Next up is my hammock and suspension. So my hammock is just a Eagle Nest Outfitters single nest. I took off the heavy carabiners that were on it, put some continuous loops on here to fit on my whoopee slings, and I also put a continuous structural ridgeline, just so I get the right angle of hang every single time I have to hang it. It's less fidgeting, less time for setup. It makes everything a bit more streamlined. For my suspension, I have some Dutch wear whoopee slings and tree huggers. So I have these are extremely light, super adjustable, and it's titanium, nylon, and Spectraline. I think Dyneema is some strong tensile strength line, but these are fantastic. I highly recommend these. Next is my pillow. This is a Cocoon travel pillow. You just blow it up. And or compress it like that. It's super light, and in a hammock, I just like something to support my neck. It helps with a better sleep at night, and it just makes everything a bit more comfortable. Next, I have what I will sleep in. These are my Patagonia Capilene thermal underwear. They not cheap, but they do an excellent job of keeping the heat in, and I like them a lot. For my top base layer, when I'm sleeping or when it's just really cold, I have a Smart Wool long sleeve quarter zip. Well, this was my dad's, and he used it a lot, loved it, and gave it to me, and I used it a lot. I've worn some holes in it. I think durability is not really all that there, but all there. But if you take care of them, your Smart Wool stuff, they'll last you a while. So there's that. Next up is my underquilt. This is an underquilt for my hammock. So basically, when you're hanging in a hammock, you can get insulation from the top with a sleeping bag, but also when your butt's pretty much exposed, the underside of your body is pretty much exposed to the elements because there's only a thin layer of fabric between you and the wind or the cold. If you're in any weather under, let's say, 70 degrees, you're going to want either a sleeping pad under you or an underquilt. So what an underquilt does is it goes under your hammock. I'll put in some pictures, but it goes under your hammock, and it's basically like a sleeping bag for your butt, so that your underside does not get cold when you're sleeping. This is a 20-degree underquilt from Wilderness Logics. Yep, from Wilderness Logics, made in the USA. I got it on sale for $185, I think. It was like a Christmas sale, but I've had it for a while, taken on a couple backpacking trips, and it's held up well, so I like it a lot. Last thing in here is my sleeping bag. This is an REI, I believe it's called Sub Kilo, I'm not really sure. I've had it for about 8 years. It's held up tremendously well. There are some holes in it which I've patched up kind of crudely, but other than that, it's a 20-degree down bag. It weighs just over a pound, and it's fantastic. The down's getting a bit compressed because we had it for so long, so in the colder temperatures the foot box does get a bit cold, so I'll just wear extra layer of socks, some thicker socks possibly, and that usually does the trick in keeping my feet warm. But I don't use this as a sleeping bag when I'm in my hammock. What I do is I use it as a quilt. So I unzip it, and I just lay it over me, and I stick my feet in the foot box here, and it works because when you're in a hammock, or just even when you're sleeping on the ground, you don't really want to use it as a sleeping bag, because when you're laying on the baffles with the down in it, it compresses it and you get no insulative, and it offers no insulative properties to you. So basically it's just like a waste of fabric. So if you just drape it over you, it keeps the top side of your warm. You have more fabric to work with, and that's why you have a good underquilt to keep your underside warm. So that's I don't know if you can all see that all. I also have a rain jacket. I can't seem to find it at the moment. It's just a standard North Face jacket. But if I can't find that, I'll have to buy a new one. I'm kind of mad about that. Okay, so this is basically what I'll be wearing on the trail. I will have just some regular running shorts, have a liner in them. I've brought these on just about every single camping trip I've done in the past 4 years. They've held up extremely well. They're lightweight, I believe they're polyester, which it'll smell a bit more than say like nylon or wool, but they do the job exceptionally well. I like them a lot. Next, for my top, I haven't decided which shirt I'm going to wear yet, but I know it's going to be a lightweight synthetic shirt. Not necessarily this one, it's just my wrestling shirt, just to represent what I'll be wearing. So it'll be a lightweight synthetic shirt that I'll wear. I'm only bringing one shirt. I only need one shirt, and that's just to hike in. And then I have my clothes to sleep in. And on my feet, I'll be wearing some La Sportiva Morphodynamic. I believe that's the name of the shoe. But they have awesome tread. I bought these used at an REI garage sale for pretty cheap, about a third of the price that they cost, and they're in pretty good shape, almost brand new. I'm starting to wear a hole in these right here, but it's nothing I should worry about, I guess. Water does not get trapped in these like they would, say, a Gore-Tex or another brand of a waterproof shoe, and that's the big reason why I'm going for trail runners over boots, because why bring waterproof shoes if all the waterproofing is going to do is keep the moisture trapped inside your shoe, which is just going to make your feet smell even worse. So what I did, just get a really breathable shoe that's going to dry out really fast, so you can walk through water and get your feet all sweaty, and they'll dry out, they'll breathe nicely, so your feet won't get as sweaty. And at the end of the day, you'll be drier. Your shoes will dry out overnight quicker than they would, say, a waterproof Gore-Tex boot. So that's the reason why I choose trail runners over boots. Also, I know a lot of people use boots because of their ankle support. I have pretty strong ankles, and I'm carrying a light pack. If you want to wear trail runners, you need to have strong ankles. You need to be aware of your footing, which I know you can't be 100% aware of your footing at 100% of the time, but you also need to have a light pack, because if you have a heavy pack, that's more stress on your joints, and you'll be more prone to slippage and twisting an ankle or something like that. So, trail runners. On my feet, for my socks, I'll be using Darn Tough quarter length, just lightweight hiking socks. These are great. They're made in Vermont in the US of A, and they have a lifetime warranty on them. So if you start to wear holes on them in the trail, or just wearing them out and about, you can send them in to Darn Tough in Vermont, and they will replace them for free. So, and it doesn't matter how many pairs you send in, they will replace every single pair every single time for free without cost. So that's a big reason why I'm going with Darn Tough over, let's say, Smart Wool or Iniji, because of the warranty, and they are a thicker weave. So the the wool is very, very tough, very durable. That's why they call them Darn Tough. So that's what'll be on my feet.